Alright, let's update Elastic Cluster YAML file and add Logstash and Kibana Docker images there. For Kibana we use 5601 as HTTP port and specify the Elasticsearch host. And for Logstash we use 9600 as port and also specify a volume mapping for configuration and for the logs directory, where we will arrange to write to this folder in the services Docker Compose file shortly. We then set Elastic Cluster name and set xpack monitoring Elastic host. As a config, we use this logback.conf file to set the input files from the logs folder inside the container. So we are setting these values to be worked with Docker containers, and we use JSON as codec and logback as the type. And for output, we set the Elastic host name and then the index pattern. Remember that we had the mapping for Docker logs folder in services YAML file. And since we put the Logstash logs inside this folder, we don't need a new mapping in services YAML. And we map the docker logs/logstash to logs folder inside Logstash container, which is already configured to read the logs from this logs folder. Now we can run everything with Docker Compose app commands. I will run maven install to be sure all the changes will be effective on Docker images. Let's first follow logs for web client, Elastic Query Service, and Analytics Service. Then we will make a query from web client. And here in the logs of three services, we see the same correlation ID, so this way we can trace a message across all services and can easily find it on Kibana. Let's log into Kibana on port 5601 and query the logs using the index pattern we created logback-twitter. If we search with the correlation ID that we get from the logs, it will now give the complete path of a message. Here we can also run any Elastic DSL query to find what we are looking for inside the logs. So Kibana, along with Logstash and Elasticsearch, provides a convenient way for centralizing logs and querying what we are looking for. Alright, we added a centralized logging as well as a simple distributed tracing solution to our architecture. Alright, I will see you in the next section.